Is it just me, or was the Coda GP kind of like the best Formula One broadcast that you've seen in a while? I mean, it looked just like a sporting event. They were like concentrating on the action. They were focused on, the overtakes and the passing and stuff. And it actually made the race a lot more exciting, just visually to watch. I think another factor, or some other factors, are coming into play here, and that is that the development of the top four teams, it's starting to catch up to McLaren, and oh my, we'll get into that in a second. What do you think of the blue light in the back? I've been running the blue light in the back for quite a while now. The last video or two, I got rid of the blue light. Compare and contrast. Anyway, let's get into it. Verstappen, I think, is back in the hunt. So I did the math here. Verstappen must win the next 5 races, and Piastri must get P2 for 4 of the next 5 races, and P4 for 1 of the next 5 races for Max Verstappen to make up for the 40-point deficit that he has to Piastri. That scenario that I just described will put him at 41 points. Again, Max needs 40 points to close the gap to Piastri. And here's the thing. Piastri hasn't podiumed for 3 races. And it kind of seems like Piastri has lost connection with the McLaren. He's lost connection and confidence with the car. And here's another little tidbit. I have to admit, I kind of stole this information from P1 with Matt and Tommy. I didn't steal it. It's public information, but they're the ones who brought it up. At the end of the 2024 season, Piastri got 8th place, 7th place, 3rd place, and 10th place. So it's either maybe he's tired at the end of the season, or maybe these just aren't really strong tracks for Oscar Piastri. And if that's the case, then Max Verstappen very well could be in the hunt for the Drivers' Championship, for his 5th championship this year. Now, let's not forget about Lando Norris. In this whole scenario, Lando needs 4 P2s and 1 P1, with Max getting 4 P1s and 1 P3 to win. Did you get that? So basically, Lando needs to come in 2nd place for 4 races and 1st place for 1 race. And this assumes that Oscar Piastri either stays off of the podium or doesn't get past P3. And if you look at the history, coupled with the current performance, these scenarios very well could take place. And so we have a genuine 3-driver fight for the Drivers' Championship. Wow, who saw that coming? Because, oh my gosh, what was the gap? It was like 104 points coming out of the summer break, and now it's down to 40. That's insane. And there's been like a little bit more swagger to Lando Norris. I mean, after this whole, repercussions talk, I kind of feel like Lando Norris no longer gives an F and is like, you know what, I'm going to drive my race. As a matter of fact, he's got some quotes, post-race that basically say that, hey, I'm a racing driver and I'm doing what I got to do. And it made me think the complaints that we had for Lando Norris when we were like, oh, lap 1, turn 1, he's always getting beat by, Verstappen, or he's allowing Oscar Piastri to overtake, or even Hungary when he had the 6-second lead to Piastri and they were like, give up the place. How much was McLaren meddling with Norris's ability to just drive like a racing driver? How much was Lando holding back? Remember a couple episodes ago, and I was like, are we seeing peak Piastri right now? Are they going to unleash some extra Piastri? And I asked the same thing of Lando. Are we seeing peak Lando, or over the next couple of races, will Lando get the elbows out? Well, it kind of is looking like there's a little bit more to Lando than we've seen over the last couple of years. And we very well might see peak Lando come out as he strives to win his first driver's championship. I also want to talk about Colapinto. So I was saying that the broadcast for the Coda GP, amazing. It looked a little bit less like a fashion show, and I'm pretty sure if I wanted to watch a fashion show, I know where I could find one when I tune into Formula One. I want to watch Formula One, and they did a great job of that. And they showed well, maybe not all, but they showed a lot of overtakes. They showed a lot of racing. And Colapinto definitely added one to the highlight reel. Now, according to Planet F1, Colapinto might be in a little bit of trouble with Alpine. So I'm going to read a little bit from planetf1.com directly. Franco Colapinto ignored Alpine's instructions. Franco Colapinto was ordered to hold positions behind Pierre Gasly and ignored it. Colapinto defended his actions as it was best for the situation to have me in front. I kind of agree. He definitely had the pace. But, I mean, they weren't really fighting for points, so who knows. But here's the thing. Colapinto is racing for his F1 future. Essentially, he's trying to put together a highlight reel. He does not have a contract in F1 for 2026. I know he's poised to stay with Alpine, but if Alpine is not saying that he's going to last past the next 5 races, then I think Colapinto made the right decision to show that he could fight against Pierre Gasly. I think if he hadn't done that and just kind of like quietly shrunk into the background, there would not be anything there for, other team scouts or whatever to take a look at. So yeah, I think he had to put his elbows out and create a little bit of a highlight reel for himself, which he absolutely did. So that is Colapinto. I had to make a comment on that because I personally would like to see him stay in Formula One. Ferrari's soft to medium strategy with Leclerc paid off, but is it because Leclerc is so dang good? Like, he really made it look like the softs were the best tire to do a good 25 to 26 32 laps on, because don't forget, those were scrub tires. So he started the race with 2 laps on those tires already, and he made it look easy. Who knows how much he was struggling to keep the car on the track, because Verstappen fell off, Norris fell off, and Hamilton fell off. Now, there have been rumors that Hamilton had some kind of, impact or whatever, because remember, he started falling way back toward the end of the race. I'm not exactly sure, what happened with this car, but Charles Leclerc ran a very good race on a very strange strategy, ran those soft tires way outside of the window. I think the window was like 12 to 18 laps, and I just kept waiting for him to fall off. He never did, and finished on medium tires. That said, I will say that Lewis Hamilton is absolutely looking much stronger. I would love to see him get a podium before the season is out. And my gosh, both Leclerc and Hamilton are such good drivers. I would love to see them have a great car in 2026 so they can take the fight to the rest of the pack. And, one other thing that I put in my notes that I didn't mention is what's up with Lando's chronic slow pit stops. And he also had the mechanical failure in Zandvoort, which lost him 18 points. If it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for these chronically slow pit stops, Lando Norris might very well be the championship leader right now. McLaren is not looking like a great team, and I think it's mostly up to the management. Norris, I think, is looking like the best member of the team for McLaren, like full stop. Piastri, like I said, hasn't podiumed in 3 races, and if history tells us anything, it's not looking good for the rest of it. And Zach Brown had to walk back his negative comments against Hulkenberg when it was found that it was Piastri that caused I think it was a lap 1 crash during the sprint. He had to, I don't know if he walked back the whole repercussions thing. I don't know if it was him that said it or just like a team memo. Like maybe it was Andrea Stella that said that Lando Norris would have repercussions. But guess what? What is his repercussion? Getting second? Is that the repercussion? I think there's a little bit of crow to eat, so I hope you like feathers. And, that's about it. That's about it. Aston Martin was nowhere. Alpine, nowhere. And the top three, Mercedes. Mercedes' performance is so hot and cold that I don't know if they're going to take P3 from Ferrari when it comes to the Constructors' Championship. And that's wild because I'm not even sure that Ferrari deserves a P3 in the Constructors' Championship. I mean, that has been all driver, if you ask me. That's been Leclerc and Hamilton really getting the best out of these Ferrari cars. All right. Well, that's it for this episode of the Petrol List. I've been Dalton. This has been the Petrol List, and you have been great. Join me next week for Mexico. I'm out. I should turn this off.